Good morning. Hello. Okay, the girls are back. You ladies ready? From all your world travelers? Okay, take your feet wide. You're going to stand nice and tall with amazing posture. And you're just going to let the right hand slide down your leg. You don't have to go farther than what feels safe for you. But once you feel a nice little stretch right here, just sort of hang on that spot. This hand you can do up to the ceiling if you like. You can take it over or you can just keep it down. I kind of like to ease into these stretches. So, go where it feels good. And then maybe try to see if you can take it over a bit, but you really want to keep the arm nice and long. So it's not about, that. It's about creating length through the side body. Okay, take the hand down, slide that arm back up, and you're just going to switch sides. Keep your hips nice and stable, right? So slide this hand down, proud out the chest, maybe take the arm up. You want to be nice and straight leg, right? So you're always thinking of lifting up out of your hips. Take it over a little. And then bring the arm back, slide that hand back up. Take both hands to your waist. I want you to squeeze your elbows together so you feel a massive activation in your upper back. Hold that squeeze, fold forward just a little. So if you look at me from the side, got my butt out and I have a slight forward fold. I'm going to bring this arm forward. Now I'm going to let the shoulder pull forward also. And then pull the shoulder back. And then pull it forward like you're trying to reach to touch that side of your room. And then pull it back. And one more time, forward and back. Same thing, opposite side. Keep that little forward lean. So your right arm pulls out and then reach it. And then pull it back. It's called flossing. So we're trying to get oxygen to the thoracic spine by doing this. Often, if we're enduring stress, it'll go there to your upper back or your neck. So pull it forward, slide it back, and just do it a few more times. Okay, both hands on your hips. Squeeze the elbows together. Give me a half forward fold. I just want you to hold on this spot. So start to think about pulling the belly in. Now release the arms, just let them hang. We're going to circle the left one. Big circle. And then circle the right one. Keep trying to pull those hips back and you're weighting into the back of the feet. Nice. Now lift the left arm up and reach the arm long and then switch. Do the same with the right. Just keep alternating side to side as you keep pulling those hips back. Try to get the arms nice and straight as you lift them up. Okay, now let's all meet in a full forward fold. You're going to drop your head, unweight the body, the upper body, cross at the arms at your elbows, and just hang here for a few breaths. Try to keep your legs straight. Release the hands. With straight legs, baby steps with your hands all the way forward. We're going to end up meeting in plank. Hold your high plank. Drop into the shoulders a little bit so your upper back is nice and flat. And then push away from the floor. And then drop in. It's called a scapular push-up. So push away and then drop back down. And keep that going. Okay, from here, sweep back to a downward facing dog and bring your feet so they're actually 4 or 6 inches apart, and just hold this down dog. Let's make sure we can see the sides of our arms through our peripheral vision. Try to drive the heels towards the floor. Now come high on the toes and push the heels back down. High on the toes, heels to the earth. One more time, lift up and lower down. Nice, let's put the knees on the floor, come into your cat-cows. Let's do about 5 or 6 of them at your pace. Really keep the belly hollowed out while you move through cat-cow. Okay, let's find ourselves with a neutral spine. I want you to open up your knees, nice and wide, the width of the mat. Come onto the tops of your feet. Have a seat back on your heels. And then come off the heels. Back up with your shoulders over your wrists. Take it back. Sitting on the heels and lift back up. And do that a few more times. When you sit back on those heels, you know, it's good for your shins. They probably feel a nice little pull. Okay, now sit back, pull the knees together, lower the forearms to the floor, and then lower the head. Just let it fall. It's not going to be down on the floor, but just let it hang. Now let's come back up onto all fours. Open the knees up, hip width. Tuck those toes under. You're going to come off the knees into bear and just hold this. Drop into your shoulders so your thoracic spine is nice and flat. Now come into a small downward facing dog and up and down on the toes 3 times. Nice. Now heels down. Just sweep the left leg up and back. The right heel stays on the floor. And then switch legs. Lift the right leg up. And just keep alternating a few more times. Waking up your glutes and hamstrings. Good morning. Before you sit on them all day, let's get some oxygen to them. No, you don't do that. We all know better. 20 minutes max, then you got to get up. Okay, come back to that plank. Now you're going to oscillate between downward facing dog and plank. Moving nice and slow with lots of control. Pay attention to keeping the movement pattern consistent. Nice. Now let's all meet in a high plank. Step your left foot up between your hands and put your right knee down on the floor. If you want to find a little towel, stick it under that right knee. Bring your left hand to the inside of your front foot and let your hips come forward. Now the toes are still tucked under on that back foot. We're going to keep our hands where they are, just inside the front foot. We're going to move the hips backwards and flex the front foot. So you got a little bit of tug of war going on with the hands and hips. So we're feeling a nice stretch through the lats.
and all the little tendons behind that left knee. You can keep that leg straight just for another breath or two. Make sure your head is relaxed. Take those hips maybe a little further back if you can. Now let's bring it forward where we started. Take your gaze, look up. Nice. Now we're going to oscillate between back with the hips and up with the toes and forward. When you come forward, make sure you're letting the hips come all the way forward. Take it back, toes up, and let's just keep going. Nice. So let's meet forward. Take your left hand to the outside of your front foot, and you're going to sweep it parallel to the floor, so it's just out to the side. Lift the palm so it faces forward. Turn and look at your hand, and then try to lift the arm up. And then lower it. And lift. And lower. Just work a comfortable range. It doesn't have to be crazy hard. Couple more. Okay, take the hand down. You're going to come off your back knee. Step that foot in a little bit, and let's meet in a runner's lunge. So I've got my fingertips on the floor. I'm going to straighten my front leg, and I'm going to step my back foot in close enough that I can get the heel down. Just hold with your spine long. So I haven't folded over that leg in the front, but I'm going to now. So drop your head, fold down over the leg. Okay, back to the fingertips. Long spine, bend your front knee. Sweep your arms out to the side and come all the way up with the arms going towards the ceiling. So let's get nice and high on the toes on our back foot. Just hold on this spot for a sec. Now we're going to bring the arms forward till they're parallel to the floor. I'm going to have you press your back heel down and then lift up. Keep just a little bend in your front leg. And if you want to challenge your balance, you take that back foot, move it in a little bit. So you really got to pay attention to these lifts. Now hold up on the toes, bring your hands to heart, fold halfway down. Take your arms out now and lift up a few inches and down a few inches and keep going. Okay, fold all the way over your front leg with fingertips landing on the floor and your back heel. Fold completely over your front leg with your palms on the floor. Step back to your plank. Now from here, we're going to do a little half hover, and then we're going to meet in up dog. So come down halfway, and then sweep forward. I'm on the tops of my feet. You can keep your toes tucked under if you like. I'm going to hold on this spot, drawing the belly up and in, pressing away from the earth, pulling the shoulders back, crowding out the chest. Now, tuck your toes under, right to a down dog. 3 big breaths here. Come back to plank. Bring your right foot forward. And let's take that left knee to the floor. You're going to bring your right hand inside that front foot. Let your hips relax forward. So you're getting a nice stretch here. Just hold on this spot for a sec. So I've got both hands shoulder width apart and just inside that right foot. Now I'm going to draw the hips backwards and I'm going to flex my right foot and then come forward and then take it back. So when you take it back, try to pull the hands isometrically towards the knee as you try to push the hips even further back. So you get that little tug going on. Your lats will love you. And let's just do this a few more times. Okay, let's meet forward. Take your right hand to the outside. You're going to lift it so it's parallel to the floor. Now take your palm, have it face forward. Turn your gaze, look at your arm, lift it, and then lower it. And keep going. Okay, take it down, keep it on the outside. You're going to come off your knee, step your foot in a little bit so you can get both legs straight and both heels down on the floor. Fingertips only, your spine is long. So remember, you have 45 minutes today here in class to work your six-pack muscles. So constantly remind yourself to pull it up and into the spine. Let's fold over the leg, relax your head. So give me a little bend in the knee. Inhale to a flat back. Arms out to the side, sweep them all the way up. Nice and long. Plant the toes on the back foot. And then lower that heel down. And if you want to challenge your balance, step it in a little bit. Lift up. And lower. And up. And lower. Up. Hold it up, bring the arms down. Bring your hands to heart so they get a little break. You're going to lean forward. Now take them back out. Just hold here just for a sec. It's a little balance challenge. If you step that back foot in a little bit. Okay, now we're going to sweep the arms back. I'm going to have you proud out your chest. Stay really high on the back foot. So we're putting most of the weight on this side into that right leg. Now sweep the arms up and down and lift and lower. Keep the chest really proud. Lift and lower and lift and lower. Bring your hands to heart. Hold. Hold a little lower. Now release the hands back to the floor. Step back, meet and plank. Do a little hover. And then we're going to up dog. Hold on this spot. Again, even when you're in this position, you're drawing in the belly. Nice. Now, lower your hips all the way down and come onto the forearms. So we're in baby cobra. Hands on the floor. Spread those fingers nice and wide.
Now, broaden through the shoulders. Just breathe. And let's take the chest down to the floor. Keep your face looking down. Your hands are going to come beside the chest. Tuck your toes under. Press yourself up, keeping the knees on the floor. And lower back down. And push yourself back up. Just building a little flexibility for the lower back. Come back down. Press back up. And lower. Keep your elbows close to the side of your body. Push back up. Now, come onto the tops of your feet and elevate off your knees. Hold on this spot. Draw the belly in, just breathe. Nice. Now put the knees down, tuck the toes under. I want you to lift your hips up and slowly, in slow motion, move them back till they are over the heels. Slide those hands out in front, maybe make them a little wider. Big lat stretch here. So you're lowering your chest, you're keeping your forehead up, so you're actually exercising your neck. Just hold here and breathe. As you exhale, you might feel that chest getting a little closer to the floor. Not a bad thing. Okay, take that right hand, open it up so the palm faces the ceiling. Lift it a couple of inches off the floor, and more importantly, you're keeping it straight. Now go up an inch and down an inch. Palm faces up, arm is long. Close it and relax. Opposite side. Open, lift, reach. Up and down an inch. Close it and relax. Come up onto all fours. Tuck your toes under. You're in a small downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale to a flat back. So I'm all the way at the back of the mat. Straight legs. Drift your hips backwards. Walk your hands forward. Get that tug of war going on. Your spine is long. Now fold all the way down, let your head go. Inhale to a flat back. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip your palms and reach for the ceiling. The hands can be wide. They don't need to be together. If you feel more comfortable through the shoulders, keeping them wide, then why not? Okay, bring your hands to heart. You're going to turn and face the right side of your room and take your feet far apart. Hands at your heart, fold halfway down. Now you have an opportunity to make sure your feet are lined up. We don't have one in front of the other. Hold on this spot. Take both hands, reach them out as you draw the hips back. So all the weight goes into your heels. Now you're going to lower the hands to the floor, but keep your spine long. Left arm out to the side. Right hand is off the mat on the floor, so walk it out. Now lift your left shoulder up. Big stretch for that right inner thigh. Little work for your spine. Hold on this spot. The lift initiates from the shoulder. Keep drawing the hips backwards.
And slowly bring that hand back to the floor. We're going to bring the hands back to the mat, do a complete fold, top of the head above the floor. Keep your legs straight if it's possible. Inhale to a flat back. Walk the left hand out off the mat, right arm parallel to the floor. Lift your right shoulder up. Take your gaze, you can follow it if it feels okay for your neck. Now draw those hips back. Use that left arm to counterbalance. Keep lifting that right shoulder. And take that hand back down. Full fold again. Now this time, let's walk our feet a little further out if we can. I want you to feel safe, but I want you to go there a little bit. Top of the head above the floor. Completely letting that torso go. Just breathe. Inhale to a flat back. Keep your spine long and walk your hands over to your left foot. Look at that left foot. Now you're going to fold down over the leg and your face is going to stare at your left knee. Inhale to a flat back. Walk the hands back over to the opposite side. And then fold down, look at your right knee. Inhale to a flat back, walk it back. Walk your hands all the way forward. Turn your left foot facing forward. You're back to that runner's lunge. So let's take the palms down. You're going to step back to plank. Do a little hover and right to up dog. Toes tuck under, you're back in your down dog. How good does that feel? Relax here and breathe. Let's take your left leg, sweep it back. I want you to open your left hip this time. Bend your knee and then lift from the knee. Put that foot down, do the same on the other side. Try to keep equal weight in both your arms. Put that foot down, come back to your plank. Lift your left leg up. Switch, lift your right leg up. And keep alternating. Walking plank. Now, step your knees into bear. Squeeze your knees together and then open them. And then squeeze and open. And squeeze and open. Hold them open. Go to a small dog. Hold and breathe. Walk your hands back to your feet. Take both hands onto that left shin or ankle. Sweep your right leg back behind you. See if you can get it parallel to the floor, nice and straight. Hold on this spot. Engage all the muscles in that back leg. That's what helps you stabilize. Try to relax the muscles in that left foot. Now keep the back leg where it is. Bring your hands out in front, fingertips only. Lift your left heel. and lower it and lift it. Little work for your calf muscle and your ankle. Lift and lower a few more times. Put your right leg down. Full forward fold. Just breathe. Inhale to a flat back. Both hands onto the right shin or ankle. Sweep your left leg back behind you. Get it nice and long. Hold and breathe. Now, if you can, while you're balancing on one leg, think about shifting your weight backwards. Your butt, even if it's a ½ inch, you'll benefit more in your glute and upper hamstring. Strong back leg, make it work. Take your fingers out in front, up on the heel, lift it up, and lower, and keep going. Even if it doesn't get too high, I'm sure you're feeling the load in the upper calf. Since your fingers are down on the floor, you can shift your hips even farther back when the heel comes down. Nice, now lower your left leg. Walk your hands out to plank. We're gonna meet in pigeon. So you're gonna take your right foot up behind your left hand, slowly lower those hips, and come on down. The pleasures of life. Find a happy place and breathe 6 big breaths. Okay, come on back up, meet me in your high plank. And we're switching legs. Just breathe. This is a great opportunity to close your eyes, let it all go. Okay, back up to your hands. You're going to slide your right leg forward. Take both your heels to the corners of your mat. Arms out in front here. Spine nice and long. Reach the arms up without leaning backwards. Work your abdominal muscles here. Lower the arms and lift. Pull that belly in, don't let it pop out. Lower and lift. And lower. And if this hurts your neck, take your gaze and follow your hands. It might help. Let's just do this a few more times. Okay, now forward with the hands. Reach. Your spine is long. You're not rounding. Come forward, and then we're going to reverse it. We're going to sit it back, drawing in the belly, and then bring it forward. And back. And forward. You might be working a bigger range now that we've done this a few times. Here's your last one forward. Lower your hands to the floor. See if you can walk them out till your forearms are down. Let your face look down at the floor. So I've got my spine rounding, my legs straight, and my toes pointing up to the ceiling. Just breathe. Now inhale to a flat back, lift your elbows off the floor. Bring the palms up, you're gonna C-curve the spine and come down nice and slow. Drawing the belly in. And take the arms all the way back behind you. Reach them, spread your fingers wide, and then I want you to make a fist. And then open them back up and then make a fist. Just keep them hovering off the floor. Now clasp the fingers together back there and bring the arms forward. All the way down. And then all the way back. Now sink the rib cage while you do this. And actively work your stomach. Now we're going to take the elbows out to the side. The back of the hands are on the floor. Get nice and flat on the shoulder blades. Bend your legs. Rotate the pelvis up so you feel your lower back on the floor. Now let's lift the back of the hands off the floor and move them forward. Not so far forward that you felt your shoulders round forward. And then take them back. Keep that pelvic tilt. Forward and back, nice and slow. Just flossing those shoulders. Okay, bring your arms by your side. Your palms are down on the floor. You're going to keep your left leg where it is. You're just going to lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Now, get the leg as straight as you can. Push the heel away from you and slowly lower that right leg. When it's, 6 inches above the floor, or the foot is at the height of the hip, make a circle with that foot. Go slow so you can stabilize your lower back. Keep pressing it down. Keep the pelvic tilt. Change your direction. It's a little work for your quad and your hip flexor. Go up and down. Maybe 6 inches up, 6 inches down, nice and slowly. Keep the foot flexed. Now take the leg all the way back up, point your toes, and then flex. And point, and flex, and point, and bend that leg, put it down, switch sides, left leg up. Flex the foot. Keep the ribs and belly down. Lower the leg in slow motion. While you lower it, you push the heel out. Start your circles when you're ready. Slow and in control. Back should not be shifting off the floor. Go up and down a little bit. I want you to be feeling the work in the top part of the quad into that hip flexor. Nice. Now take that leg back up slowly. When you get to the top, I want you to point and flex. Okay, bend that leg, put it back down. Now take your right ankle and cross it over your left leg. Figure 4 stretch. But I've got you with your left foot on the floor.
Start out by moving as best you can your right knee forward. Now, take that right knee and start to lower it to the right side. It can get all the way down to the floor if you like, and then bring it back up. And just keep going. Down and up. But while you make this movement, I want you to keep pressing the knee out. Okay, now come up this time and cross that knee completely over the other one. Now take both knees down to the floor all the way till the bottom knee's on the floor. Lift your left arm up and sweep it directly backwards. It's a little different variation than what we normally do. So I've got my knees almost on the floor. Now bring the arm back up, bring your knees back up. You're going to hug them into the chest and massage your lower back with a nice little circle. Change your direction. Both feet back on the floor. This time we take the left foot onto the right thigh. Move your left foot forward. It's important to keep that left foot flexed as it sits on the thigh. Now let's bring that left knee down to the floor. And then back up. And lower, keep moving it forward. And lifting. And lower. And lift. And just do it a couple more times. Now this time when you bring it up, cross the left knee all the way over and take them down to the left side. Bring your right arm up and take it all the way back behind you. So you're using that left leg to take that right knee towards the floor. You can take it all the way down if you can reach. It's not a must. It's just nice to change up the angle a little bit. I know when I rotate more, I feel a little more over the hip. Okay, let's bring this arm back forward. Let's uncross the legs. We're going to bring them back up. And this time you're going to extend them all the way out and take your arms all the way back behind you. Point your toes. Draw the ribs down and the belly. Spread your fingers wide. Open the arms a little wider than shoulder width and just hang on this spot. Now let's pull the arms forward. Lift your head off the floor. Keep the belly down and round up slowly. Then we're going to dive between the legs. Oh, how good does that feel for your lower back? Just breathe. Okay, let's walk the hands back up. You're going to take your feet a little bit wider. This is our one last little stretch here. Take your right forearm down on the floor and bring your left arm straight up. Proud out the chest. Keep your neck wherever it feels okay. Now from here, you're going to rotate your chest to face your leg and grab hold of the foot and let your face come down to your knee or towards your knee. And then come back up, sweep the arm back up. And then let's do the same on the other side. Left forearm down, right arm up, straight up to the ceiling. And then bring it over, take hold of that foot,
Let your knee just look, your face look at your knee. Okay, come back up. Keep your legs even further apart. And then try to walk it forward with your spine long. Inch those hands out as far as they can go. And once you're there, lower the elbows and lower the head. Off the elbows, slide your hands back in, bring your legs back together, shake them out. Come up onto your toes. And let's do a full forward fold. Straighten out your legs. Inhale to a flat back. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip your palms and reach for the ceiling. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Have an awesome day. There is everybody.